Chào mừng các time skipper đến với kênh của mình. Tựa game hôm nay mình sẽ chơi là Reverse 1999 và phiên bản hiện tại là 1.8. Game này mà cốt truyện khá là được đầu tư. Vừa trước 1.7 chúng ta vừa kết thúc tuyến cốt truyện chính ở Viên, thủ đô của Áo, với hai nhân vật mới chơi được là Isolde và Marcus. Ở bản 1.8 này có vẻ là tuyến cốt truyện sẽ không phải tuyến cốt truyện chính nữa mà là tuyến cốt truyện bình thường như một số phiên bản trước, là quãng nghỉ trước khi vào cốt truyện chính trở lại vào 1.9. Chúng ta cùng xem phiên bản hôm nay có gì nhé.
Please, have a seat.
Hôm nay là sinh nhật của Regulus, 15 tháng 8. Có vẻ mai cũng sẽ là ngày reset. Mail chúng ta nhận được 600. Nhiều phết. Mình 080 lần. Chúng ta cùng đến với câu chuyện lưu chính luôn. Trước khi đấy chúng ta xem summon này có gì đã. Vila, waifu mới. Vila Aphus này là trẻ con à, hệ lá. Aphus này là dùng mental. Câu chuyện hôm nay nào.
Ian,
Đây là Windsong.
that navy blue color. It's a mutant. So that's why they've sent me here. Something is wrong with this town.
Rayashki is a town on an island near the North Pole. Peaceful and free from strife. For decades, the town has prospered from mining ore.
But that ore has now run dry. And without the ore, Zeno will no longer support us. Comrades, it is time to leave.
Comrades, đồng chí đấy. Đây là một thị trấn nhỏ ở gần phía Bắc Cực, hình như là Nga. Vila xinh vậy.
I drafted the town's ley energy map. Here, we might find new resources.
This is amazing! Are new rocks growing out of the dirt?
You found a new way out for
Đây là
us.
waifu thứ hai của phiên bản
This is
này.
our last hope. To protect our dreams and unite our people. For our
Cái này
land,
sẽ khởi nghĩa chống lại cái gì đó.
future. Comrades, we march.
The friend from far. Farewell, Rayashki. Một tí sáo nghe hay vậy. Âm nhạc game này đầu tư phê thật. Ui, nghe mà nổi da gà luôn á. tiếng organ. Tiếng trống kiểu ra trận này. Kiểu hành quân. Phần trước khá là chill, phần này sẽ là phần chuẩn bị quân lực. Hay vậy. Thôi chúng ta vào thôi, khi nào đến đợi nhà phát hành ra bản chính thức chúng ta có thể nghe lại trên YouTube sau. Một welcoming ceremony, bữa tiệc chào mừng. Tiếng Nga được này. Farewell Rayashki. Intro lần này làm chỉnh tu. Secret.
I once traveled to a small town called Rayashki. It was located high up within the Arctic Circle, and it was frigid cold all year long. After my visit there, I traveled to many more places. From Zealand to the Balkan Peninsula, my journey went on and on. But above all other places, I kept finding my thoughts returning to that little town, to its incandescent lights glowing in the long dark of the polar night, to the shared dream of the people there. I got this picture book from Rayashki. It is a children's book, a thin one at that, but the story inside has the power to warm a frigid heart. Once opened, wells of bright primary colors run into one another and flow up onto my palm. I found myself returning to it during stormy days when I was stuck at home.
Đây là anh Abus này. Không biết Abus đóng vai trò gì trong chuyện này mà. Farewell Rayashki. The friend from far.
This is a story about honest and ordinary people.
Hình như phiên bản 1.6 cũng có cái title là The Friend from Far về ở Trung Quốc thì phải. Thì các chuyến cốt truyện The Friend from Far không có sự xuất hiện của Time Skipper, hoặc xuất hiện của Vertin. Rayashki, thị trấn nhỏ ở gần Bắc Cực.
The swans are dancing in a circle. Their arms go back and forth. Vila and the swans have done this dance almost 20 times last week. She taught the swans all their beautiful moves.
Vila kìa, dancer.
Swan Lick is the best ballet ever. I remembered Mr. Avgeni once said so. He also said the tortoises would come to watch the show. But why would tortoises want to watch Swan Lake? Vila says she doesn't like the tortoises. She likes knowledge. I don't know much about knowledge. But I think Miss Vila's always right. Only between you and me, Vila smells like seaweed and coral. But those are happy smells to me. I think she must be the princess of the ocean. But she tells us she is not special. and that everyone here is equal, no matter if they are a princess or a swan. That we all have 2 feet and 10 fingers, and if we all work together, we can build the beacon to the future. I hope in the future we still get to sing and dance when we are not building beacons. Nina's favorite food is called alonga. It's a chocolate bar. She used to cry a lot whenever she made a mistake with her dancing. But then Vila talked to her, and now she doesn't cry so much. One time, she danced very, very perfectly. So, Vila gave her a piece of an alonga bar. I believe she will be a great dancer. If she doesn't get too nervous on stage, then she could have even more chocolate.
Không biết tí nữa mình có được xem
I wish I was like her.
buổi biểu diễn nào không?
I want chocolate
buổi biểu
too.
diễn của Isolde
But
Pera khá là hay.
I'm not a swan like her. And now, there's never any Alyonka in the canteen's cupboard.
Hết sô-cô-la anh Linh ca rồi. Cậu thần. Đừng bắt được mày.
Now Nina is the swan princess. The most prettiest of all swans. Basono is the swan prince. He is a nice one, and he has many, many swan friends. And Piotr is the evil sorcerer, a black swan. Nobody wanted to be the bad guy, but Piotr doesn't mind. He is very serious and always bossy to everyone, so he doesn't have many swan friends. Piotr just wants to do his job as perfectly as he can, because he loves our town. Now, August is not a swan, but he also loves his town. Then there is a little mouse who moves as quickly as the blowing wind. Will it be our new visitor? What was it that Vila said about new visitors? I don't remember now.
Apus có vẻ rất thích vẽ tranh. Và bên này là bộ Swan Lake, biểu ballet của Tchaikovsky, rất là nổi tiếng. He looks around. Avgus puts down his paper, returning to the wood of noise and people. He looks around for a familiar face.
Vila!
The boy sleeps through the crowd until at last he finds... What? Nhanh vãi. Chưa kịp đọc.
Reporting to you, Comrade Vila. I have a very important question.
Cool, cute vãi. Mắt xanh.
Well, then go ahead, little Comrade Avgust.
Comrade. Mình thích cái cách mà kiểu người Nga gọi là đồng chí. Comrade. Yes, comrade.
How should we receive the new visitors coming to town? Maybe we can welcome them with Zelyanka? Or friendship? Or maybe something else?
We will welcome them with white snow, with smiles on our faces, and with welcoming arms we use to achieve our dreams, as we do for everyone who comes here, little comrade.
Vila wipes away the paint from the child's face and stands.
It's always good to ask questions. But don't forget your task today. All right?
Có vẻ như trẻ con ở thị trấn này là phải làm việc lao động trẻ con, làm việc trong các khu mỏ. Trấn kiểu sân chơi trẻ con, có phải sân chơi không nhỉ? Biểu tượng là đây là cốc đất, cái cuốc đào khoáng sản, chứ không phải là búa liềm. She pointed to the unfinished painting in his hand.
Ooh!
Arcus nods eagerly.
I won't.
I want.
My drawings are important, but Vila says entertaining our new friends is also important.
Ở vùng này,
Which
lạnh này
one
mà
comes
có hướng
first?
dương vẫn mọc được à? Kiểu giữa một vùng xám xịt này, một bông hoa vàng chói là nổi bật cả khung hình. He always cluttered drawing board.
After the swans have flown away, Evgeny will go up to the stage. Evgeny is not an evil sorcerer, but he knows a secret magic that makes everyone's tongues hide in their mouths.
Rất như là thiên nga đen trong vở này.
He is not so much a bad person, I think. Evgeny's shadow is very long, but no one, not even my sunflower, can explain why. Evgeny walks heavily onto the stage. His appearance comes without any applause.
The tall figure reached the podium. À không, Agony là một sĩ quan, về sĩ quan.
We have received a telegraph.
Gì đó.
Xeno's investigators will arrive here in Rayashki tomorrow afternoon.
Xeno là kiểu một tổ chức gì đó liên quan đến Foundation trong game này thì phải, hay tổ chức trực thuộc Foundation, hay kiểu xuất hiện cái tên này trong mấy phần game trước, như 1.2 xuất hiện trong phần chạy của Jessica.
And we will be hosting a welcome ceremony.
The crowd is silent in reply. Kiểu gì nó cũng
I
liền.
understand your concerns. I know you don't want Xeno to interfere with your lives, nor do you want their troops stationed here. And I would remind you that they have honored their side of the deal for decades now.
A callous hand rises up to break the silence.
We give them runium ore, and they supply us in return. It should be as simple as that. Always it has been this way, since my grandfather's time.
Times have changed, Comrade Knut. In the old days, Xeno used to pay us generously for mining this runium, because our ore was necessary for their arcane combat vehicles. But now, we have nearly exhausted all our mines. You know this better than I do.
Quặng đá sản xuất ra runium ở đây đã gần hết. Nên là
But isn't there some other work we can do? Already we build our own houses, and now we even grow our own crops.
He's right. Why must we work with Xeno if we could feed ourselves?
Comrades, calm yourselves. Evgeny is doing this for everybody's sake. Have you forgotten about those little monsters? Is there anyone left on our defense team that hasn't been injured fighting them?
chống lại bọn quái vật gì đó. Chuẩn bị có quái vật mới xuất hiện.
It is as Comrade Nikita said. The critters are running rampant these days. Not only have they occupied most of our minds, some have even found their way into the town. Do you really think we can protect our people with our small defense team? Don't you care about your neighbor's safety? Do you want to keep Rayashki an isolated town just to let it die?
Rayashki is more than an isolated town, Yevgeny. And we all know that.
But this is the reality we all must face now.
Rayashki không chỉ là thị trấn gia đình à, lại chuẩn bị gia đình. The scale of Vila's face rise involuntarily. She holds her stare. Workers, cooks, security personnel, soon all of Rayashki has joined.
Comrade Yevgeny, it was your idea to turn to these Xeno big guys for help, but you never even asked what we think, did you? So you can't blame us for disagreeing now.
I'm doing this for your good.
His assurances do not seem to have much impact on the crowd. A cold wind passes across the square.
We can take care of ourselves.
Holds her hand up, signaling to the crowd. The ascent of wind. Danger is near. Wind song. Một cơn gió đang chuẩn bị đến. Critters.
Everyone, watch out!
Lông dày, lông trắng.
Defense team, on it!
Critters này là hệ đấy à? Hệ nature, mineral. Có Vila dùng được à? Thế thì mình dùng team regular. Không, regular. Không cần Tucari vì Vila là healer sẵn rồi.
Join with us, comrades.
Skin của Vila là gì? Skin này là hồi máu và có thêm tăng thêm freeness là giảm các thương nhận vào nhân vật. Sau integrity phát có vẻ như là cái tăng gì đó.
I admire your courage. I will remember your sacrifice. Sharp fangs.
Illusion is enough.
Thật tốt nhớ đấy. Auto. Trời nhanh. Mới đầu game.
They're just little. Stop me up. Nice.
Victory secure. I should excuse myself.
Chạy. If nothing else, the attack served to bring down the town together again.
I salute your sense of smell, Comrade Vila. We could have suffered much more severe consequences without your forewarning.
Handshakes and salutes are shared, the dispute now absent from anyone's mind.
Think nothing of it. It's just a reflex reaction when there's danger nearby.
Có hai cái quan sát à? She touches her scales. Vậy á. Pressing them down until they settle.
But this incursion has proved my point. We need Xeno's help. The other townspeople are not gifted with your set of talents. We are all vulnerable to the growing dangers. Wouldn't you agree? I only ask you to put yourself in their shoes.
She speaks softly, evenly, but even so, the words land like a heavy blow.
Your criticism is valid and well accepted, Comrade Yevgeny. Perhaps I could agree with your plan. Provided Zeno's presence is a temporary one, we just don't want them to change things for us here.
The atmosphere in the square moves from joyful to serious as the meaning of their words takes hold.
I'm glad that you have finally come to realize what is best for us. Zeno is known for their rigorous methods and rational decision-making, and they are committed to maintaining peace around the world. I'm sure they will make the right decision. They trusted us to supply their ore, and we have faithfully played our part in supporting them. Thanks to our help, Zeno has successfully tackled many international issues.
Để các thương tuyến cốt truyện chính về sau chúng ta biết nhiều hơn về Zeno sao?
It has always been them and us together, fighting for a better world.
When he puts it that way, he is right. We should be proud of our cooperation.
Even without the punchline, those deep belly laugh breaks the tension.
Therefore, we will show our appreciation to Zeno for the contributions they've made to the world with our help. Now let's continue our rehearsals.
As the adults return to their duties, a sharp-eyed child notices that someone is missing.
Have you seen August? I can't find him.
Cô đã chạy đi đâu đó? Như cầm Vila là họa sĩ à? Vila là dancer.
Strange. Where did he go?
Looking for a new link left in the cupboards, I'd bet. He's always breaking the rules, doing whatever he wants.
We shouldn't talk badly about our classmate, Pyotr. He's one of us.
Yes, you're right. I just wanted everyone to do their best, even him.
Don't worry, kids. We will find them.
Vila là không phải giáo viên. Vila passed Nina's shoulder softly.
A child is missing, Comrade Yevgeny. I suggest a temporary suspension of our rehearsals.
Efni murmurs a half-response until he catches the weight of her words.
It must be that strange kid again. He is always sneaking away like this.
August has been no small trouble in the past. Efni frowns, but Vila's determined glance tells him no. It's not an acceptable answer.
He is only trying to understand the world in his own way.
To be continued. No. Biết. Tôi muốn đang ở trang trại. Chúng ta sẽ đến đây nguyên sau đây này. Big Discoveries, khám phá to lớn. Đây sân chơi Children's Square, Rayashki. Đây là sân chơi. Kia chắc là quảng trường. The question of where the curious little dreamer has disappeared soon becomes a true control. As they search through the dockyard, the post office, and even the telephone booth reveals no trace of him. This is, of course, because he has assigned himself a more critical mission, welcoming newcomers. A difficult task, especially when it leads him so far away, but he is not alone. His sunflower hosts along with him. Abandoned mind.
Vila once said that sunflowers mean warmth, and that makes them everyone's friends. They would warmly welcome every guest that comes to town. Just like my best friend here, right?
Best friend. He raised the sunflowers in his hand and whispered softly to its petals.
Best friends. Everyone should have a best friend.
Bạn Abus là bông hoa mặt trời hay là viên đá rồi vậy? He then picks up the pendant. Following his whispers, the pendant exhibits a faint glow. Kiểu... Ui. Mặt trời chiếu vào hoa mặt trời. Hoa hướng dương. Tính đầu hoa hướng dương. Trời lạnh này mà cũng nở được rồi.
Now here are big friends, small friends, many friends, so that our new guests won't feel so lonely when they come.
The small footprints continue forward through the snow, imprinting over the larger steps. He has nearly caught up with the Rayashki newest guest.
Amazing. I've never seen such a highly mutated Ijirak before.
Ijirak.
I would have missed these precious research opportunities if there weren't a gathering in the town. Oh, Wind Song, seems like life has been good to you and your theory.
Mitch. She stares intensely at the beast in front of her. Her written nose hardly keeping pace with her whispers of the vision.
The disorder in ley energy here has not only caused the exhaustion of the Runian mines, but has also mutated local critters to varying degrees. Then Zeno was right. No wonder they have sent so many researchers here to look for abnormalities. Even the crank ones like me. It's obvious that this town has more to it than a handful of overly active critters. But they don't seem especially interested in the mutant ones either. Zeno, what were you looking for here?
Hút là trai mà cũng cute vãi, nhìn như con gái. Có tội bỏ quần áo ra là con trai thôi. A sudden movement passing under her coat brings her out of her monologue. Flop. Mắt đẹp vãi. Nhưng mà sao chỉ có một bên mắt được sâu ra này.
Hey, let go! Let go of my leg!
Người chân này, thấy chưa?
Strange. You're not a fox, and you're not a sable.
The appearance of this unknown tribe brings, at first, confusion, followed sweeping by panic.
Hey, kid, what are you doing?
She picks herself up, dusting off the small flurry of the snowflakes. Unfortunately, Winsong is not the only one startled by the child. Vãi, lại đánh rồi.
Oh shoot. Ejiraks are usually known for their good temper. It seems to not apply to their mutant kin.
Rook Antler aimed squarely at the researcher. The creature's nose pops with each aggravated breath.
Fine.
Đánh thôi, có gì đâu. Ủa, không lưu tim lại cho mình. Đây. Không có dung thực đấy nha. Không có dung thực nữa. Mà thôi. 1/5 rồi làm gì? Thế mà. Auto thôi.
The moment is silent.
Let the show begin.
Learn from silence.
Foolish.
Stop, they're just little games.
They're just little games.
Nice.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Природа — это числа и черты.
Abracadabra. Ngầu vãi.
Are you building blocks here?
Nhưng sau này có thể là nhân vật sao thuộc top meta sắp tới. Tớ phải roll em này mới được. The startled Ejirak runs off into the distance.
Whew. Lucky for us, it seems to still be afraid of the dark like the rest of its kind.
Critters mà sợ bóng tối ấy.
It's finally over.
Her satisfaction face as she takes stock of her surroundings.
Oh, my materials!
Wow, you are the most.
Most. Tiếng sáng. Theme song của phần này. His little hand struggled to reach any higher. He passes freezing hand of the researcher.
You drove away all the bad critters and protected everyone. The swans on the stage, the big burning furnaces in the factory, and even the uncle sleeping in the mine with Papa. I think they would all give you a big thumbs up.
Huh?
She sighs, resigned that she must now deal with her uninvited guest. Though, in fact, she is the one he uninvited.
You can call me Winsong?
Bài ca của gió.
Just to be clear,
Ready.
I'm not a spy, kid. I'm just a traveler staying in town for the moment.
She casually raised an identification card in her hand, a card adorned with a familiar sunflower pattern.
Oh, but I have never seen you before. Do you also like to rest in the water, like Vila? Do you also have a beautiful blue tail?
His strange questions proved difficult to parse, even one at a time, but the little boy circles around her, unleashing more in sabor after sabor.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm certain that I am not what you think I am, little fellow.
Không biết có lo về Vila tên cá không? Kiểu, cô ấy thuộc giống loài gì?
I am a researcher. We often stay in quiet corners when we work on a project, so you won't see us often. Understand?
Researchers? Like those people on TV?
Like those people on TV?
I saw them stand on a tall stage with flowers in their arms. They spoke a lot and cried. And then they were given a shiny medal. Vila said the medals were to praise them for being very clever. Can I see your medal?
This last word penetrated deep. Wilson's face twitches unnaturally.
Oh, the crystal on you looks stunning. It looks purer than those in the mine carts.
Her gaze centers on it, a beautiful crystal hanging in the boy's neck, a chance possibly to stop his barrage of questions.
Of course. Papa gave it to me.
His small chest swells with pride.
It is precious, but also very dangerous. A crystal like this is almost as volatile as undiluted runium ore. They use this stuff for war machines. Kid, listen to me. Put that away. Go home now and don't let anyone see it. Understand? It could stimulate the critter's appetite.
Wilson nods with satisfaction, eager to see him leave. Unfortunately, the sunflower gently brushes up against her arm once more.
Can you build a very tall wall? One that can protect the whole town? Like what you did with the blocks?
Say tưởng.
I'm sorry, little fellow.
She points to the now empty patch of snow-covered ground.
That was just a trick. It won't last long.
Oh, that was amazing! Nina, Knut, Vila, everyone should learn from you. Could I make the dirt and stones listen to me like you did one day? Will I be great? Like you?
Người chơi đá. Điều khiển đá.
A strange kid like you should live in the age of Aquarius and be a part of the New Age movement, or become some kind of yogi doing meditation. And do it anywhere but here.
The New Age movement. What is that?
Kiểu tiết học lịch sử bắt đầu. Her helpless attempts at turning him away goes without notice. Worse still, it seemed to intrigue him.
Is that where you're from?
It's not a place. It's a spirit of a time, full of interesting things like crystals, new schools of thought, many crazy and creative ideas.
Will the sun close its eyes? Will the dark clouds spit on people? Will our ships blow bubbles under the water?
Somehow the persistent questions stopped being a source of annoyance. The subtle warmth of his boundless wonder shakes loose the frost from her heart. Her smile turning from fine to genuine.
Of course. They even believe that the world is a giant piece of blank paper, and they are the artists drawing on it. And not only that, they are obsessed with bizarre ideas. Where did the Stonehenge on the Salisbury Plain come from? Where are the ships and planes which traveled past the Sargasso Sea now?
I like them.
Joy's voice blurs the edges between reality and pleasant memories of her past, to a time when there weren't others that thought like her.
They called themselves lay hunters, the apprentices of a once renowned school of thought. However, few people in academic circles accepted the idea of ley lines as an answer to their questions. So, for these ley hunters, it has been a long walk through a dark night.
Then they can come to Rayashki. Here the sun never sets. Half the year anyways.
Không mặt trời vẫn có hoàng dương.
Then I can be their friend. And when I grow up, I will be a ley hunter too.
Wilson tightens the scarf and is warning of a chill.
I'm afraid it's a bit too late, little fellow. Most have already given up. They lost interest in solving the mysteries and lost their faith in finding the curves and the lines. So, the study of ley lines has been all but abandoned. There's only one fool left that hasn't given it up.
She speaks wistfully, entranced in that daze of memories, oblivious to the nearing sound of footsteps behind her. Tiếng bước chân. Của ai đó.
And
Vila.
you, I suppose, are this only one fool, yes?
Vila pulls Afkus toward her protectively and reproaches him with a ruffle of the child's hair.
Please, ma'am. Believe me, I am not a child abductor.
Well,
Wilson offers a pained gesture towards the boy.
I think this isn't a good place to receive our guests. We have much more appropriate arrangements for new friends. But if our guest has any ill intentions, we will retaliate.
To be continued. Needle grass, beautiful Arctic foss and the palms of the place here. Stay tree, needle grass. Quay trở lại quảng trường. People swear, Rayashki. The group, each harboring their own thoughts, return towards the small town. Vila and Afkus humming a sing. Cả hai người đều humming. Đúng, Afkus lại sing song tune. And Ashia's Winsor remains silent for the journey. Vila wheels around just as they arrive at the outskirts, keeping up the cadence of the song.
We're here. Thank you for taking care of little comrade August, miss.
You mean I'm not here to be questioned? Or arrested?
Winsor có phải thuộc Zeno nhỉ? Sao?
Of course not.
Sao thuộc gì? Tradition.
Perhaps we're a little too optimistic, but when we meet a stranger, we prefer to welcome them.
Vila looks over the awkward figure, reading the expression on her face. The researcher breaks the silence with a stumble.
Oh, well, I'm Winsong.
Yeah, researcher there. Researcher thuộc tổ chức.
That's a very unique name. And where is it you come from?
From the east side of the Dniester River.
East side of Dniester River. East side là đấy là vùng gì? Vùng Bắc Âu. Villa's scales are hit with sea breeze. Discharge her and their conversation. Lại người. Mũi thính. The teacher breaks out from her pause. Vila là giáo viên thật mà.
No offense, miss, but you have a complicated and unfamiliar scent about you. The smell of hard rocks, a lighthouse by the sea, rainwater in a humid summer. Nothing hostile, though.
I think most rootless travelers like me smell like that.
Welcome to Rayashki, Miss Winsome.
Vila motions inward to the town.
Thank you. I understand your caution, but...
Cô một cái nốt ruồi, cầm cái nốt ruồi. Lúc này có cái nào không? Hy vọng Y2 chúng ta được nhìn được. Có chắc không đâu. Chúng ta hình đấu này rất không được ha. Without excised by her own suspicions, despite the unusual skills of the hostess. Ủa, Vila có vậy à? Vila catches a glance. She sharply tilts at his sleeve and shrinks her neck into her coat, taking a few cautious steps backward.
You have nothing to worry about. It's not a disease.
Không phải sao? Mặt cũng có một ít vậy. Tay cũng có. Đều để ý. Tiên cá. Không biết là Y2 chúng ta được nhìn thấy cả thân hình này không? Hay chỉ nhìn thấy một cái đuôi thôi. Hình nào không biết nữa. You have nothing to worry about.
Anyway, let's talk about you. I heard that you are a researcher. Not long ago, many of your peers visited here. They wandered around and looked under every rock and floorboard in the town, like you do. I thought perhaps they were attracted here by the town itself. But regrettably, not long after, they left one after another in disappointment. I was disappointed too.
There's curiousness in her tone.
Will you be like them?
Those people are famous scholars. Of course they won't spend too much time on a project with unclear prospects. But I'm used to those.
She spreads her hands out to the town, with nothing more to say.
I salute you for your courage and spirit of exploration.
Salute.
I thought you might be more hostile to me. Shouting things like, "Who do you think you are to prowl about on our private property?"
Huh?
Many see the study of ley lines like finding a needle in the grass of a Siberian field. Wasted effort with negligible results.
There is no such thing as meaningless work. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or what you do. You will find your purpose here.
Vila shifts her gaze over to Athos, who has been found surrounded by the other children not far away.
Is that so? No wonder how you have such an unusual student like August.
All that childhood wonder, innocence. Somehow you've preserved it in him, haven't you?
The children seem unconcerned with the new adult. They have their own word and their own rules to be addressed.
Is the show finished?
We cancelled our rehearsal, August. Mr. Yevgeny just left red-faced.
Yes, and he cancelled the friendship cheese on the food menu. All thanks to you.
But I was welcoming our new friend.
And we have lost our cheese because of you. This is all your fault. You're the most bothersome kid in the Rayashki.
I know that word. Most means the best. So thank you, Piotr.
You!
The other children gather close.
August, we don't see anyone new here. You're not lying again, are you?
She's with Vila. They greet each other, share footprints, and even sing together. Windsong is also the best. She can draw many lines on the snow and even on a seagull.
Luyện phép được.
We're not having another freak in town, right?
Do you mean drawing on the blackboard? Like Miss Vila did?
Song có vẻ rất thành thạo phép của Arcanist, có vẻ là đến từ Foundation chăng? Arcus playfully shakes his head, finding an air of mystery.
She made the earth turn into a tall wall, and she blew her breath at it and made a building appear. If we had enough lay hunters like her working together, we would be able to send sunflowers high into the sky.
That's not so tough. All the men in town know how to build stuff like that. When we grow up, we will work like them, with hoes and shovels.
But that will take ages.
If we can learn how to build like the lay hunters, then we can help the adults right now.
Don't listen to August.
The children discuss the notions animatedly. Pure finds himself squeezed out of their hurdle. He pops his cheeks and hurries over to the others.
Greetings, Miss Winsong.
Xin chào, Miss Winsong.
Is it true? Can you really shape the earth into different things and build things from it?
Not exactly. The things I build with my arcane skill have only a momentary effect. I can't use it that way. I learned it as part of my research while studying ley lines.
The other children joined in.
Miss Vinsong, those things Avgus told us, are they true? The sun that closes its eyes, the dark clouds that spit on people, and the lines that can reveal everything.
Nhắm mắt. Spit on people. Như là phép.
Miss Winsong, will you be our teacher? Like Miss Vila? Can you prove anything?
Kids, one question at a time.
The children surround Winsong, catching her off guard. She looks apologetically at Vila.
Sorry, Miss Vila. I should explain it to them. Mine is not a formal discipline. Many people believe that it relies too much on the observations of arcanists, and the conclusions aren't useful for the public. So it is best that you kids do not study it.
She shrugs her shoulders.
A pursuit of passion, fit for only a very stubborn fool like me.
I see.
Vila nods in understanding.
Then you must show us all about it. Shouldn't she, kids? I'm sure Miss Winsong would be very happy to give us a special lesson about her studies.
Uh-huh.
Đến dạy học.
Yay!
Yay! Escaping this unasked for obligation may prove more difficult than expected.
Miss Vila, I thought I made myself clear.
You have worked hard in this pursuit of passion, haven't you?
Regardless, the study of ley lines is, well, it's useless.
Vô dụng. Winsong lightly taps her yellow notebook filled with cryptic scribbles and notes.
Useless?
Useless.
These kids should learn something like geography. It's a much more thorough and important field. As far as the general public and academic institutions are concerned, the study of ley lines is just a niche aspect of geography. Worse still, one that is solely accessible to arcanists.
Kiểu có liên quan tới các mạch. Trong cái phương cách.
To devote any real time to its investigation would take up valuable research funds and equally valuable researchers.
At least that was how they felt about it.
Vila furrows her brow.
Who can say for certain?
What about you? Do you also think that the study of ley lines is a waste of funds and manpower?
Of course I don't. Through ley lines, we can detect Arcanum-related events in the area, learn about local arcane creatures, and find the secrets hidden both above and below the Earth's surface. But I can't yet prove this to people.
Vila, please.
Well, you don't have to prove it alone. It doesn't matter what others think of your work. The only important thing is finding its uses. At first, Rayashki was just a remote village far north in the Arctic Circle. People came here to share a dream of a better future. It was only by luck that we found the Runium. Then Zeno approached us and became our business partner. For over 60 years, people here have worked together to make it what it is now. We built the school, the swimming pool, and the cinema for everyone.
Chưa lộ năm rồi. Sự kiện này đúng không?
Rayashki embraces and takes in every newcomer. You and your studies are no exception. This is where our paths meet.
Vila smiles warmly. It is like a warm sea breeze. A pair of hands considering sharp scales stands towards Winston.
Please know that I'm not just doing this for you. I'm doing this for a better future.
Vila glances at the children not far away. Some of them seem to solemnly saluting the sunflower, as it is what the security team does.
A well-rounded education is vital in bringing up the next generation of scientists and workers. Our children should learn more about this world, even from those perspectives and types of knowledge that aren't widely accepted.
Nhiều người không đến nên là giáo dục đây không tốt lắm. Winston looks up to them and meets the face of her unexpected friend. He waves back excitedly.
Thank you, Miss Vila.
She claps her hands. Claps này, từ chữ S này. It is colder than expected, but welcoming. To be continued. Em bình thường là gì? Dawn is coming. Như mọi khi thôi. Set the gardener to the flowers. Đây trong lớp học, Wilson có vẻ là sẽ là giáo viên dạy cùng, trợ giảng trong phần này. Set the gardener to flowers. Ui, gì vậy?
The study of ley lines sees the world as a clear map. The cities look like squares to us, while natural landscapes appear to be curves overlapping one another.
Chào vậy? Chóng mặt vậy?
Many bizarre places in the world, such as the location of the Tunguska explosion or the mysterious 30th parallel north, can't be drawn in squares and curves like cities in ordinary landscapes.
Tunguska explosion and mysterious. Cái này sự kiện gì đây? Cha Google biết à? Tunguska explosion and mysterious 30 parallel north.
We need to find a way to indicate them in a clear, precise way.
Địa lý mình không biết vậy. Ta phải tra bên ngoài để hiểu thêm.
It's a maze.
It's a maze.
Well, it is the ley line map of a city, but you are right. It does look like a maze. To begin with, I should introduce the most crucial concept in the study of ley lines. That of ley energy. It is a special energy which we can easily detect throughout the town. See how it comes out from underneath the ground and goes into the local biosphere, circulating around like a system.
Kiểu địa mạch, này gọi là địa mạch, ley line.
If we think of the town's ley lines as a food web, then ley energy lies at its foundation.
Like how big fish eat small fish, and small fish eat even smaller fish.
The boy's comparative is simple but essentially correct. Ley lines are the special energy which can easily get to us seeing how it comes from underneath the ground goes into local biosphere. Chả hiểu gì cả. Địa mạch của cái thị trấn này như là một cái mạng thức ăn, và cái năng lượng địa mạch này ở trung tâm. Là sao? Cá lớn nuốt cá bé nuốt cá bé hơn.
Exactly. They are the smallest fish eaten by the big fish. If we catch the big fish and study what they eat, we will know where to find the other big fish. And the ley energy, when the big fish die and break down, the small fish will go back to where they first came from. The circulation goes on and on.
You've put it very well, Miss Winsome. Like the rainwater that comes from the ocean to the rivers and returns back to the ocean.
Mưa đến từ đại dương. Nghe kiểu nó là một vòng tuần hoàn. Tuần hoàn, cá lớn cá bé. Cá lớn chết thì cá bé lại lấy ra. Khá phức tạp. Her tone rises and the scales along her neck unfurling slightly.
You're a quick learner, but it is not exactly like water. The concentration of ley energy is far more noticeable than that of a lake or a school of fish. Once we find its densest spot, we will be able to trace it back to its source.
Tự nhiên thay đổi chóng mặt vậy.
Then what are these bright spots?
These are the energy-rich locations. In a way, they indicate the energy flow.
So many! They look like stars in the sky.
Yes! And finding these locations can be very costly in terms of time and manpower.
Then what do we do after finding them?
They can tell us many things. The ley hunters will follow their courses, analyze the components in them, and match those components to each resource. Some of the components don't match with any of the known resources, which means there might be a new resource waiting to be discovered. Of course, from the ley energy, we can also learn about the local critters.
You talk about strange things, almost like Avgus does.
Nói khó hiểu vậy. He paused, finding all this hard to believe.
These are just lines.
Tìm ra một cái nguồn địa mạch chính nơi đầy nhất, nơi năng lượng đầy nhất. Từ địa mạch này chúng ta có thể học được rất nhiều về các về địa lý với cả các tập tính các loài critters.
Like dancing earthworms. They wriggle, they twist. They're having fun. Jumping on the waves, then into the little boxes, and back into the little balls.
Great. We have two of them now.
Chung là thực ra này khó hiểu như học ở trường vậy.
They look interesting, but we don't really understand.
Và đến phần đánh nhau đi. Học này mệt quá. Her theories are a bit too complex for children at this level, even for the adult drawing.
Cheer up, kids. It's not finished yet.
Mấy chút tuổi còn không hiểu nữa.
Leyline cartography is complicated. It takes the efforts of many ley hunters working together, investigating the area, even braving dangerous and forbidden places. To this day, we've never been able to finish a completed ley energy map.
The enthusiasm teams, but some remain immersed in the world of ley lines. Afghus raised up the incomplete drawing.
I know it now. This is Rayashki.
He is Rayashki.
Huh?
Họa sĩ người Nga.
Ah, I see it too. And here is the swimming pool. That little square is our square. These little balls are our homes.
Oh, I live here. The third ball on the left of yours.
The children react with a surprise. The sound applause.
You're very bright, August. This is the ley energy map of Rayashki.
But Miss Vinsong, why are you mapping the energy of our town? Have you found any secrets that we don't know?
Children, right now you can only see what's above the ground. But there is even more ley energy beneath the ground.
Musong lowers her head, feeling momentarily transported back to the time long past while her audience listens intently below.
Will the sun always be in the sky? Will the glaciers ever melt away? What lies in the darkness beneath us? Are there other critters around here that you've never seen? How should we deal with them?
This topic sets off a clamor of excitement from the children.
I heard once that there were many strange footprints next to the school windows.
Uncle Patrick saw it. A monster with 6 legs, and each one has spikes.
That must be a kikirn, a small-sized Canidae critter, mostly seen in cold areas. But the ley energy might have affected the weather of their habitat, or they wouldn't be here in Rayashki in summer. The deep blue line here shows that particular one's movement.
Or maybe Uncle Patrick could have drunk too much.
The ley energy accumulated in them suggests that they mostly feed on moss and worms under the snow and stay near town. We can infer that this is a docile herbivorous kind of critter that is merely curious about human behavior. I think feeding them will be much more useful than driving them away.
Thân thiện với con người. Tò mò về tập tính của con người. Vila nods thoughtfully.
Since these critters began to overrun the area, the defense team has encountered many new creatures. I can feel there is something strange about them, but I can't yet understand the differences. You provided a different angle on the situation, Miss Winsong. I believe it could help the defense team greatly.
You provided with different. This new discoveries has provoked interest in the teacher and her student alike.
The fires in the furnaces are out. The bees and kites dance around the pond. White mosses on the wall. Oh, storms will fall down from the sky.
Thiên thạch à?
Hả?
Cái gì vậy? Là sao vậy? Lại có thiên thạch rơi xuống từ trên trời. His bizarre yet ominous statement seemed to upset the others.
Stop saying these strange things, August.
August kiểu tiên tri à?
The defense team will keep the critters out of town and protect everyone.
and there will not be any stones falling from the sky.
Hay là vũ khí bom biết kìa. Piotr stands up, his fist clenched and face frustrated.
Is everything alright, Piotr?
Piotr.
Yeah, you're lying. Rayashki is safe. It will be our home forever.
I hate to tell you this, kid, but what Avgust just said could be right. I have the same feeling that the good weather here won't last too long.
She gazed outward. The sky above is gray and growing darker.
Look at those thick gray lines. Those are the traces of cloud movements and moisture. Now they're mingled together.
But the sun will still be shining. Miss Vila said that the polar day will last for a very, very long time.
Miss Vila was right. And past statistics don't lie. According to the data, the weather here should continue for the next few months. Yet the ley lines say otherwise. They say the weather will be extremely unpredictable.
You are making things up. The forecaster on TV said the weather in Rayashki will be temperate in the coming months.
And the weather forecaster was right, according to his analysis. But life is full of surprises.
I know why you're concerned, Miss Winsong. I feel the glaciers are melting slightly faster than usual. There is going to be a warm front forming from the melting water.
Song looks at her audience. She had half hoped for some opposition from them.
But
Kiểu
will
thảm
there
họa xảy
really
ra.
be stones falling from the sky?
I can't say anything for certain just yet, kid. All I have is this incomplete map. And as you can see, many sources of the marks and traces haven't been located. Which means we can't come up with a precise calculation. But there's no question that Rayashki will soon face many challenges. The weather could become much worse. The environment might change. Maybe some unknown critters might turn up.
Người ta sẽ đối với cả thiên nhiên.
Liar! You're all liars! Rayashki is at home, so it can't be dangerous.
The clock's bell rings at the inopportune moment. The children rush out of the classroom one after another.
Piotr, you can't fly if your feathers get wet.
Winsong sighs. Although she hasn't fully adapted to a new role, she must keep up with the children. Vila intercepts her.
They will need some time to take in all this new knowledge. Don't you agree?
I thought I could handle all their questions. I think I made things worse. Sorry.
Have faith in them. They will come around.
Children sway. Piotr squats on the ground, muttering softly himself while rolling some pebbles. A sunflower and a boy attached to it approaches.
Are you here to laugh at me? All these stories of monsters and falling stones, they aren't good at all. I overheard Mr. Evgeny talking. He said the town has so many problems, and soon what some people think will decide our future. If people believe in those terrible stories, maybe they will be scared and they won't come back to Rayashki. Our town will be forgotten.
But I wasn't lying.
Choking tears fill their small world. Rustling sounds come up with behind the flower bed. Right? Con gì đây? Crimson eyes set a furry head absorbed them with curiosity. Bắt đầu.
Hello, Kikiru.
Kikiru?
What? What are you doing? I will draw attention. You go find the defense team for help.
The older boy opened his trembling arms defensively. Ủa, ai đánh cái con Kikin này vậy? Recommend. Ok, phim này thì cái này
luckiest. The lightning.
Advice from the forest. No need to look back.
I've already said that Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
Sotheby needs a bodyguard. A mounted sunflower seed is presented on a pair of tender hands. Moist nostrils approach, and the rough tongue greedily curls around the seed.
It's itchy.
Thân thiện thật à. The kicking purrs contentedly at the now empty hands, rub it gently but confidently. Này ăn hạt hướng dương à?
It feels warm, doesn't it? Miss Winsong said they can be our friends. That they will bring seeds to every corner of the town.
Like a gardener?
Like a gardener. Thế tại sao lại vừa đánh bọn nó vậy? Được, thân thiện mà. Another pair of hands reach out to cautiously caress its fur.
Yes. Go plant more sunflowers, Kikirn.
Bọn này chuyên trồng cây à? Trồng hạt hướng dương à? A deep blue guitar dashed away.
So Miss Winsong was not alive.
Thế sao thân thiện là vẫn phải đánh cho vui, đánh cho có. Ui, đây, kịp đánh boss không? Xung quanh. Đây là giàn khoan đây. Ở đâu? Đây là quặng. The warm currents of ocean is stranger to this place. Đây là khu khai thác. The long silent docks seem to breathing for use for visitors to bustle once more with industry. Biểu tình ấy, đây là chào mừng hay là biểu tình đây? Chắc là chào mừng, có bóng bay. Chào mừng, welcome to Rayashki. A lone figure stands there, resolute, unblinking. Đây chỉ là cái bến tàu ở chỗ khai thác mỏ. Vila stretches out as she stands beside him. The scales on her wrists and ankles catch the light, shimmering against the white reflection in the water.
Do you really think it's a good idea to turn to Zeno for help?
We have drawn almost every man and woman from the mining facilities to get rid of the critters nesting around the port. Most of the defense team were injured. Some lightly, but others got much worse. It will be weeks before they can return to duty. If an attack like the one at the rehearsal happens again, I'm not sure we will be able to protect ourselves.
His stance doesn't waver, but his face turns stiffly toward the abandoned mine far in the distance. Kitty wakes screech as they drop, swoop down over the vast white tundra.
I know most of our people are frustrated with Zeno's arrival, but I expected better from you, Vila. People trust you, and they will follow you, but that doesn't make you right. Maybe you're still too young to see the dangers.
I might be wrong, but history is a long lesson in learning what is right through being unafraid to be wrong.
Sadly, we don't have time for a trial and error.
And this is your excuse for making decisions for us against our will?
I will hold myself responsible for my decisions. In that, you have my word.
The conversation reaches deadlock once again. Fortunately, elsewhere, There are others with fewer and simpler burdens.
Today is the day of our welcome ceremony. Vila said when the bell rings, the important people from the Tortoise Academy will arrive. Everyone looks excited. Nina has put on her best dress. I know she will be great on stage. Basono will do all with Piotr. It's his duty to protect the princess. As for me, I got a new job from Mr. Afghani. Salute, shake hands, and give them the warmest welcome.
The child nods solemnly, aware of the weighty mission he must undertake. The little standard bearer stands ready to receive Rayashki, latest guest. Wow, con này là đây vậy.
What, this? There are bubbles in the water.
Giờ là kiểu vật nuôi cho bọn này. The creature pops its head out of the water, twice staring out at the boy with big white eyes.
We meet again, Kikirn. Are you planting sunflowers under the water? Have you brought your friends?
Bubbles swell on the open surface of the water as small trickles break up through the pearly eyes. Though their peculiar appearances differ from one to the next, they all possess large lamps like eyes that look out and around this particular city.
1, 2, oh! Your friends also have 6 legs! Look! They're wearing needle grass and flat files on their legs. Are you also here for the ceremony?
Để concrete còn này không thân thiện này. The child takes pride in his imagined duties.
Welcome, Kikirn and friends.
Phải cả chào mừng.
Welcome to the prettiest town in all of the Arctic.
Chạy đi.
Rayashki. Please enjoy our song.
Chạy thôi. His cheeks flush at the spirited childish voice reverberate in unison out into the sea ahead. Seagulls takes flight at a distant stern. The statue springs to life and rushes over.
Comrade August, what are you doing?
Whoa! I'm welcoming Vicky Kikirn.
Chào mừng lấy là gì? The child happily salutes the Kikirns as they step onto the dock.
Get out of there, they're dangerous. Defense team, drive them away.
Wait! These are Kikirn. They're not aggressive. They're just curious about us. The kids seem to like them.
The defense team moves swiftly and without hesitation. Jet?
Get rid of them.
As you command, comrade.
Thân thiện mà lại đánh à? Wow, này thì đánh sao? Arctic Kikirn.
Wow, so many things I haven't seen. Be serious, lift your legs. Say hello. Not like I've already said that Sotheby doesn't need a bodyguard.
Thế thôi. Sprays of bullets and bursts of flame disrupt the water surface, following the Kikirns as they dive in one after another. The lamps wail in the distance, but the Kikirns are already long gone. The children who came to see them are left on the ground, ripping their hearts over their ears.
The Kikirns are all gone. I think they don't like us anymore.
Thân nhìn chơi bọn Kikirn mà không được chơi cùng. Tại mấy ông
Comrade
thấy cái gì lạ
Evgeny.
là bắt đầu.
Take the kids back to where they were, Comrade Vila. It was your duty to protect them.
His order fizzled out as soon as they said.
Maybe if we make the town a better place, more friends will come back. Then they will also come back. That makes sense.
The researchers observed all this from the nearby vantage, with notebook rustles with a sigh.
The family of Kikirin includes dozens of subspecies, but none of them are so greatly adapted to water as this. That is to say, they might also be affected by the ley energy under Rayashki. Pity that they were driven away. There was much we could have learned from them.
Con người không hiểu về các sinh vật đã kìm. She looks up. The blankets of clouds obscure the sun, with only a few rays of light breaking through.
The temperature here is rising much faster than expected, and much earlier in the season. I imagine if you asked the Weather Bureau, they would say this is just an odd occurrence of unseasonable weather outside of expected ranges.
What do you know? Cái gì vậy? The booming sound of cannon fire interrupts Wilson's train of thought. Đánh nhau là ai vậy?
It's time. The Xeno investigators should be here any minute. I must stress again how important this ceremony could be for our future. Our town's economy is facing a cliff, and I am sure each one of you has noticed the increased rationing. If we wish to take care of our people in the future, and protect our friends and family from these frequent creature attacks, we need Xeno's support. So we will work with Xeno, because we must. The future of Rayashki is in our hands. So is the future of every comrade here. And we need the cooperation of every man and woman here.
His stare falls toward the Rayashki's vibrant tail. After a pause, Mr. Guest replies,
Xeno's ships are very fast, so as soon as they appear on the horizon, our ceremony will begin.
Understood.
Scar rises in unison, looking out at the pale blue horizon. The sea responds placidly. Salmons leap out from the water, seagulls circling along the empty coastline. Yet, no sign of the anticipated ship appears. The quiet expectations of the others sets the children to whisper.
Xeno is late. So late that Miss Vila would say they were absent.
Do you think something bad happened to them?
What are they doing there?
No answers come, but a new event catches their attention. Có chuyện gì xảy ra?
Oh,
Có biến.
something is falling.
Đá.
Light and soft.
Vậy.
Like a
Tuyết.
polar bear's head.
Thì tuyết rồi mà. Này, lần Bắc Cực mà. Dark clouds press down on them, blocking out the final rays of sunlight. Mây đen kéo đến. Không thấy mặt trời nữa.
Poor bear, losing all his hair.
Tối rồi, sợ vậy. Snowflakes flutter down across the gray sky, converging in a blustering wind. They fall towards the town. Gió nổi lên. Bão tuyết à?
It's snow!
Hình như là tuyết rơi đến mùa hè. Đang là mùa nóng.
What? How can there be snow in summer? Is this related to the strange thing Avgus said earlier?
Gì đó.
If so, I'm happy that these aren't stones or a dark cloud spit.
The children hurdles near Arcus, astonished by the accuracy of his prediction.
August, I can't believe it! You were never right before.
Chạy đi đâu rồi?
Oh, it's chilly. The snow is biting against my skin.
Sắp có biến rồi.
I'm sorry, August. I shouldn't call you a liar.
Hình như Zeno cũng biết là sắp có biến nên là không đến. He lowered his head hesitantly.
But will Rayashki really get into trouble?
A gentle hand nudges Piotr, a motion learned from someone older and wiser.
Piotr, we will not be defeated. Not by clouds or bears. Look.
Không mắt.
Mr. Tortoise is walking very slowly, but no one has left their position. For Rayashki, you little swans must go back to your lake too. Go as fast as you can.
We will.
Don't forget your own job, August.
Bánh đàn chào mừng đến với thị trấn. The children return to their positions and ready themselves.
So, this milky white line is this snowstorm. The average temperature in Rayashki has reached its highest point in the last 5 years, which together with the abnormally rich air moisture have produced an unseasonal and odd kind of snow. The weather forecast was wrong. Ley lines were right.
Điện mạch là đúng. Unsung can't hide her excitement. She leans up on the wall some distance from the event, her pen flying across page after page of notes until she is compelled to snap back to reality. The assembly before her has barely moved. The snow claims more territory by minute, over sea and land, piling up on the railings and rising over bushes, large and small. A distant foghorn accompanied by the sound of flock pissing up into the horizon. Zeno arrives at last to be continued.
Everyone listen! Our ceremony will begin!
As you command, comrade.
Music, please!
Comrade.
Отпусти вчерашний день, оставь прошлое. Каждый шаг рисует новый день. Не смотри назад, не тяни в дном. Светлые небеса путешествуем.
Ủa hết rồi. Tưởng được full bài chứ. Buồn vãi. Hy vọng là có YouTube hay có bài official. Chắc giờ chỉ là bài của vợ Swan Lake thôi mà. The steamship pulls into their rudimentary harbor, but no further movement follows. A porthole opens, but no voice comes out. No sound whatsoever beyond the lapping waves. The letter flutters out.
It's a pleasure to speak to you all, our valued friends in Rayashki.
Right.
On behalf of Zeno Arms Academy, I am here to announce the details of the Zeno-Rayashki Cooperation Agreement.
Cả buổi trình diễn mà không có người đến mà chỉ đưa coi là thư.
As many of you have expected, a squad of armed troops will soon be sent to aid you with the critter problem. However, having given it careful consideration, we have decided that the town of Rayashki is no longer viable for our continued support and must be abandoned. We advise that all residents Prepare to be transferred to a new post. Immediately. Thank you for your cooperation.
Cả đội này không đến trợ giúp luôn. Phải chưa?
What?
What? Rồi tương lai sẽ có biến gì đây? Phản diện sẽ là ai đây? Phản diện sẽ là thiên nhiên. Good days, bad days. Meeting room.
I don't see the point of your reluctance.
Bertolt này đóng kìa trong Attack on Titan. Khủng lồ. I don't see the points of your reluctance. The frowning master of ceremonies straightens the tortoise pattern letter and then shoves it back to its envelope.
The letter conveyed Zeno's decision clearly. I suggest we warm ourselves up with a few drinks before we go. Do you have any stowage in town? Better than sitting here dwelling on the things that cannot be changed. Please, tell me you have something like cocoa here?
Người thốt này là ai? The long-awaited West stretched lazily, as if no one is around, and sank into the couch. The tension in the air hangs like fumes waiting to ignite.
This is not what we agreed on earlier, Mr. Bertolt.
Người đại diện cho Zeno.
Calm yourself, Vila.
You must be mistaken, my very passionate friend. Zeno sent a warning months ago. The estimated value Rayashki can add to Zeno's program is less than satisfactory. Further support is no longer recommended. Should any new valuable resources be found in the region, please reply to this letter as soon as possible for further assessment. Then we heard back from Rayashki. In fact, the sender was you, Evgeny.
Yes, it was.
And it was you yourself that argued the most compelling point, I have to say. One that has drawn the higher-ups' attention. And the reason why I was sent here. I believe you wrote, I have total faith in the quality of the people of Rayashki. Their solidarity, dedication, and motivation have proven invaluable to us. I am certain they would carry those same strengths of character and skill to any post, no matter where they were assigned.
He folds the letter and hands it to Vila, her face blank as a canvas.
Zeno accepted my application. Of course, I asked around before making my submission, and Zeno seemed to have a good reputation. It was a golden opportunity to join them.
It is. But do not get us wrong. Our entrance requirements can be most difficult to meet. Zeno only takes in the best of the best.
You want some of us to work for Zeno? You never told us anything like that, Yevgeny!
Có tí tóc đỏ. Chấm nào? Tóc đỏ thật hay là thợ chỉ đây?
Be reasonable, Vila. Some of us deserve this opportunity.
What about the others? We have elders and children. Some of our comrades have been injured and even died in the mine. Are we to forget their sacrifices?
She tries to suppress the gills on her neck as they move violently.
Relax, my friend. That's why we sent our very best biological control squad. We will escort you to the nearest shelter.
Another whiff upon relentless with shock.
Face reality, Vila. I know how much effort we have put into building this town, and I understand you have this dream to fulfill. But we must prepare for the worst. We may have to give up on our Rayashki.
Bỏ lại cả trẻ con và người già. He takes out the documents covered in the scratched notes and annotations and hands it to her.
Read this.
Rayashki.
Field investigation has confirmed that the remaining runium reserves in Rayashki are around 0.0173 kilotons, which is less than 0.275% of our average annual output. The mine is located high within the Arctic Circle, which has entailed significant transportation costs. The harsh environment is also wholly unsuitable for building any permanent processing facilities. In addition, military spending on the region has recently been elevated 3.61 times due to increasing animal and critter attacks, and that number is still rising. Clearly, the region is now incapable of self-management.
Quá xa khỏi vùng trung tâm. Đúng lúc.
According to the Guide on Global Humanitarian Aid by the Office for Disaster Risk Reduction of Xeno Arms Academy, we propose to send a special squad to the region to evacuate all local citizens and subsequently take care of the remaining biological control issues.
And our admission standards will be lowered at Xeno's discretion, so that you will all find work with us somewhere.
Xeno's representative offers a timely, if unconvincingly, supplement to the letter. The paper creases and crumples into the board into her hand.
I'm sorry, but this is reality. From the start, this ore was the only thing they wanted from us. The environment here has always been harsh for mining, but we overcame it and sent our shipments to wherever Xeno had need of them.
And I salute each one of you for your work, my friends.
But now, our mission is over.
There is no doubt in anyone's mind. Runium has been the town's lifeblood and a key to its survival.
I believe all of you will continue to work hard in your new positions, no matter what.
You shouldn't rush to a decision. We are discussing Rayashki's future here, Yevgeny. For 6 decades, the people here have put in great efforts to turn the town into what it is today. We won't leave just because you tell us so. Our grandparents didn't even have construction equipment at the beginning. They built these houses with their own hands. We shipped over the planting soil. We built walls to keep out the wind and snow.
Within the meeting rooms was the worst. The air is heavy with moisture once more.
When you came here, you brought books for the children and introduced us to a species different than humans. You became one of us. I'm not happy about this either, Comrade Vila.
I won't buy that, Comrade Yevgeny. This is not just about my dream, but everyone's dream. Or have you forgotten what Rayashki was meant to be?
A utopia built for and by everyone. The voice of a better future. One which would sound across the land and seas. I remember every word of it.
Evgeny's voice is low but still decisive.
You have my sympathy, friends. Xeno has also suffered huge losses in many regions. We have lost manpower, territory, armament factories, and even some of our affiliated military schools. Rayashki is but one of these losses. We know how you feel right now.
He shrugged his shoulders, his face a picture of unhappiness.
But Xeno has his own problems to be faced. and investing in these new industries, purchasing fancy equipment. All these things Rayashki will need. All of this takes money, and even Zeno must be economical.
Shouldn't the people in Rayashki also benefit from these global benefits Zeno has promised?
We will get there, my friend. Maybe slowly, but we will get there. Trust me, Zeno has done everything they can for you. We need to keep our eyes on our goals and stay on the right course, so that we won't get lost in these turbulent times. Yes?
Leans towards Vila, providing an unnecessary whisper.
I know how much faith these people have in you, and I believe you can show them a different perspective about these coming changes. Of course, this will also help you during Zeno's assessment. Good luck, my friend.
Chuẩn bị chiến đấu rồi. Kêu gọi ở lại the paper maker, huy chương giấy. Khách sạn Rayashki.
The reserves of runium running dry, the appearance of new critters, the sudden snowstorm. I have connected the ley lines of each of these phenomena. The map is nearly complete.
She unfolds the complex blueprints filled with various lines and marks.
But still haven't traced many lines and marks back to their source. Perhaps if I go back to the factories, into the restricted zones. But I can't do that alone. Definitely not when the situation in town is so unstable.
Wilson collapsed onto the table. An avalanche followed, covering her in layers of books and manuscripts. The piles around her loomed like a mountain range, casting her in the shadow.
Well, I should have given this up long ago. There's no chance that the study of ley lines will ever be accepted again.
Phantom voices of past mockery and scorn rise up to her ears.
Regretfully, Miss Winsong, with nothing but these outdated files and materials to back you up, there's simply no way to justify reinstating the study of ley lines into our curriculum. We don't have unlimited funds, and we must save our money for projects with greater potential. The study of ley lines is... Of course, we might be able to consider new ideas and projects. You can't be allowed to do this on your own. You will need endorsements from the Institution of Geographic Studies, the Arcane Creatures Society, or other such organizations. Let me think. Zeno seems to be interested in geographers recently. They just recruited a number of researchers for a new commission. Maybe you should go try your luck with them.
An echo nursery ram rings out from beyond the self-made mountain range, but she's all but oblivious to it.
The submission date is getting closer each day, but I've made poor progress. Zeno won't endorse me if I can't find a breakthrough.
Đấy, thế là thuộc Zeno thật này.
They have become more and more radical and desperate lately. First, they sent those researchers here to conduct their haphazard studies, and now an armed force? And all this effort just to chase the rumor of some source of perpetual energy? That this perpetual energy source must be hidden somewhere beneath the permafrost. The higher-ups call the shots. All they need to do is spread a little honey in the right places. Then all the little researchers will swarm on it like flies. But could there really be a magical power source like that? Whether there is or not, I still have a map to finish. There's no way that I can map every ley line in the region all by myself. Goodbye research funds. Goodbye lectures and seminars, and so long to my dreams of being chair of the Geographical Perspectives Forum.
She jostles the heaps of books, moving them just enough to let in some light and sound. They seep in through the cracks like starlight.
Tuk tuk!
Tuk tuk. Huh? Knock. The door snaps shut. Winsong stands against it nervously. Instruments roll off the table, colliding with each other on the windowsill, the corners and the under the bed falling into the cacophonous disarray.
What was that?
The door is gently pushed open again, revealing the curious face of sunflower peeking in through the crack.
Miss Winsong, we've been waiting for you.
As far as the meadows go, designed a little further than expected, and damp paper doesn't quite have the same gravitas as gold silver. Still, Winsong has fantasized countless times about receiving such accolade for her work, even a paper one.
Miss Winsong, we prepared a special medal ceremony for you in August.
Please, come to our ceremony.
We just wanted to thank you for teaching us. Miss Vila was right. We shouldn't have been so quick to argue. We should have listened.
So you should be given an award for being right. But our ceremony will not be as big as the ones on TV.
Indeed, this is a very special and exclusive reward. Simple as it is, it comes with something no one else could. The innocence and laughter of children.
Miss Winsong, will you accept this medal?
For the first time in a long time, the study of ley lines basks in a glow of scholarly acclaim. The paper medal is cupped with her trembling hand. Nhìn mình trước sóng gió.
I have no cup to put this medal in, so we can't toast with it in celebration.
She sniffles.
But now I know, no matter what, I won't be returning empty-handed. Thank you, kids.
Do you mean... are you leaving us?
But there is so much you still need to teach us. Rayashki embraces every guest, including you, Miss Winsong. Don't you like it here?
The children are on the verge of tears. She is pulled in helplessly, too.
But those things I heard at the welcome ceremony, won't we all be leaving soon?
No, I don't believe it. That stranger was mean. He wasn't our friend.
This is our town. They can't speak for us.
That's right.
Neither doubt nor sorrow will dim their eyes. Before her lies only a sea of steadfast faces. Their words encouraging and powerful despite the youth. They plant some strange seed of hope within her.
Miss Vila invited the men from Zeno to leave his ship. Then they went into Mr. Evgeny's meeting room together.
Uncle Knut promised me that no one will give up this place. they will go to many meetings and find a solution that satisfies both sides.
The tortoises move slowly. They need to keep their eyes open and look for a better answer.
So, will you stay and teach us?
I won't cause you any more trouble. I promise.
Nhà báo Việt, ở lại đi. The children burst into laughter. Their voices very nearly drowned at the rustling noises coming from the windowsill.
Comrade Calculator is speaking.
Curiosity propels the child through the half-open door of the guest room.
Hello.
Hello. Late calculator.
Comrade Calculator, are you giving the earthworms directions?
The clamor by the window crescendos. Even on tiptoes, the child barely reaches the faintly glowing calibrator. Unfortunately, he is not the only one reaching for it. Vãi. Đấy, đánh nhau à? More unfortunate still, scaly claws prove mightier than little fingers. Vãi, vỡ rồi. The other children notice a third whirring crowd around Windsor, squeezing into the increasingly cramped room.
What's going on here? My calibrator! The whale-like backbone, the diamond-shaped teeth, 2 short legs with dim eyes and an extremely sharp nose. That must be a kikituk. But their closest habitat should be Konkarl's land, hundreds of kilometers away.
He smells persists on the new street in some grabs. She pulls out a scanner. She hears whining the ley lines.
Their marks on the map appear to be red, sort of reddish-brown, and there's a large amount of light energy accumulated around them. Clearly they're high on the food chain. Seems like the small fish have attracted more than one big fish.
Sends screaming, Twitter tumbling.
Kids, get behind me.
Duty lies with you.
Anh thôi.
The moment of
Stop the show. Begin.
Benefit from reading.
Left hand up. Now right hand up. Ye provoked me. They're just little guys. Show. Begin. Woohoo! Release. Hip hip. Hooray!
The undeterred Kikitos closed in on a narrow ledge.
Oh! The Kikituks are giving a performance. Their nose sings, their fur dances, and their belly shakes. But why aren't their ears doing anything?
August, what are you doing there? Stay back! Those are not Kikin!
But...
The meaning of both their messages lost in the confusion.
But their ears are left behind. They can't join the dance. Then they will not get their Alyonka.
Ears?
Winsong, struck by a sudden revelation, faces on the Kikitok's head. Beneath his tufts and plush fur lie well hidden ears of deeper color.
Природа — это числые черты.
Dùng cái calculator để làm phép thôi. After a brief incantation, lights converge in the beam that hits precisely on its head. The creature's cry pierces the air.
So that seems to be their weak spot. Good job, little one. You're even more perceptive than I thought.
Windsong passed up his head.
Next.
She reveals dark and dangerous mind. The Kiki-Tuk finally relinquished their ill-gotten gains, leaping down and away from the windowsill, leaving behind the gaunt, wet fragments of the lake carburetor.
Bean! This was one of the last working instruments I had!
Get. A sunflower gently passed against Winsong's shoulder.
Don't be sad, Miss Winsong. If we plant them in the soil, many more will come out when spring comes.
Thank you, August.
Miss Winsong, can I be a lay hunter too?
If we were as good as you are, maybe we could have protected your machine.
And maybe we could protect our town.
Winsong turns her head, meeting many pairs of expectant eyes.
Kids, lay hunting isn't a good profession. If you become a lay hunter, you will have to deal with doubt from all your peers, even hatred, and homework that piles up to your roof.
Miss Winsong, people in Rayashki are taught not to doubt or hate others. They would never hate you or us.
Exactly.
The children of Rayashki are in some ways so strange to her. The courage and solidarity overcome her long-standing hesitation. Her curiosity at them, at all of this, becomes a palpable force on pulling her ever closer to Rayashki. To be continued. Có vẻ như đây là đoạn tốt tình nghỉ 7 chương đúng không ạ? Chương 8. Chương 8 là câu chuyện là không còn đánh quái.
When I was little, on a night like this one,
Còn gì?
the stars as you've come to see me again. You will see me.
Nhận quà đã. 98% rồi. Sắp mắc rồi. Sign in. Hôm nay ngày 15 được 60. Notice news. Mới free to play Baby Blue.
When I was little, on a night like this one,
Summon thử.
I woke up.
Vận may phát. Ôi, có tận một để thị vào banh đội. Anh mua tí đồ đã. Main bulletin thì có này, anh ấy thì đó thì có này. Lock. Mà chưa có sự kiện nhân vật này. Đã vậy. Thôi xin mừng Vila đã. Đang xem record xem. Time limited 20 nháy rồi, 25 nháy. Vãi trưởng luôn ạ. Cái gì đây? Gì đây? Lá, yes.
Thank you for inviting me, Miss Vertin. A typical room
Gì
is more
vậy?
than fine.
Game dễ vậy. 10 nháy luôn ạ. Thật luôn ạ. Thật luôn ạ. Thật luôn ạ. Thôi, đã có nhân một người chơi rồi. Vãi chưởng. Vãi chưởng.
Oh, Miss Vertin, I suggest we spend more time together like this to share more ideas and philosophy.
Thôi, cái này tính sau thôi. Hôm nay chúng ta dừng đây nhé. Kết thúc. Quá ngon rồi. Update xong vào phát 10 ngày có luôn nhân vật ạ. Vãi chưởng. Tôi chào cả nhà nhé.